Welcome to Loup TV. I'm your host, Gene Munster, along with Andrew Murphy. Our topic today is the iPhone 12 mini. Andrew and I are 48 hours into this adventure, taking the jump back, retro screen size, first time in 5 years. We're going to talk about our first observations, then the impact of Apple's model. Andrew, to help us best understand our observations, lay the groundwork for us. Where does this phone fit into the broader iPhone 12 lineup?
Yeah, I think to understand the iPhone 12 lineup, you've got to understand the iPhone 12 model first, which is a $799 price point and a 6.1-inch display.
So that's
Then,
the standard right down the middle, your basic iPhone 12 offering,
got
$800.
it, called the iPhone 12. Then there's another device that's the exact same size called the iPhone 12 Pro, which is a better camera system and additional storage. The iPhone 12 Pro has a $999 price tag.
Got it.
Then there's a larger model, a 20% larger screen, and that same improved camera system on the iPhone 12 Pro called the iPhone 12 Pro Max for $1099. Then on the smaller side of the spectrum, there's the iPhone 12 mini, which has all the same specs as the iPhone 12, but it's got a $699 price point and a 20% smaller screen. That's what we've been using. It feels retro, and it's been a lot of fun to go back to one of those smaller, earlier iPhone
Yeah.
sizes, but
Well, let
still
me,
have the
with the
full
smaller
screen.
size too, is that if for those geometry extraordinaires out there would know that the difference then between the iPhone Max and then the mini size, the screen size is actually about 33% the way the math works out. So it's a pretty big jump from where at least the people that had the bigger screens are versus the mini. And would just love your take a couple days into it. What do you think?
Well, there's been a couple times where I've felt like I forgot my phone in my car, or because it's so light, I don't feel it in my pocket, which is wonderful. When you're not using it, it's the best phone in the lineup because of the size and weight in the pocket. I've also enjoyed using it when I've got it out and the screen size hasn't been an issue. I think I might be an iPhone 12 mini user for a long time.
So you said the screen size has not been an issue. You've largely enjoyed that step down.
Correct. I like the smaller size in part because I think I might use it less.
This is not a product review session. Throwing a curveball at you here, Andrew. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being must have, 1 being please don't buy this. What do you put it relative to the other iPhones?
Relative to the other iPhones, I think the iPhone 12 mini is a 9.
9. Okay, that's impressive. So from my end, I think about it in 3 pieces. First, the onboarding experience. Second, the usability, and third is the intangibles. And the onboarding piece, just setting it up, couldn't be any easier. Apple does something that no other company can do. A few taps, your watch is working, all of your accounts are set up. Something that's largely underappreciated by investors is that hardware software combination. Still blows my mind away why Apple gets a lower multiple than these other tech companies because they're a hardware company, but they do such a good job of bringing it all together. As far as the phone itself, you talked about that step down in the screen size. For me, it was a little bit of a challenge with my weakening eyesight. I have found myself many times kind of trying to pick that optimal focus
Yep.
distance there. And separate is it's just not as enticing of a screen looking at content. It doesn't draw you in as strongly, which actually is some of the intangibles, some of the positives. If I think about, you talked about the benefits of this, the smaller form factor. I love the fact that it doesn't take up much room in my pocket. And these other X factors, like when you're driving, you're not as tempted to look down at the screen or text messages. There's this concept of a good phone that we've talked about for years, the more simple phone that doesn't pull us in as strongly. And I think that the iPhone 12 mini seems to fit some of those bills. So when I put that together,
Agreed.
scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it
Yeah,
an
go ahead.
8. Let's
All
say
right.
it's an 8. Let's shift over to the impact on Apple and their business. And which one of the 4 do you think is going to be the best selling?
I think the price point on the iPhone 12 at $799 is just right. And that probably will be the most popular in a unit volume metric.
Okay. My view, I did a little bit of a reversal here. I initially saw the iPhone 12 mini as being what would be the market share leader for the new iPhone 12 lineup. I don't feel that way. I'm on the same page that you are, Andrew, that ultimately this is probably that the iPhone 12 is probably the best selling. I think the mini may be the third best selling of the lineup. Not a make or break from it. But the good news is this, you said it was the iPhone 12 was and remind me again, price point?
$799.
$799. For those of you who study our model, we believe that iPhone ASP, Apple doesn't disclose them anymore, but it's around 750. So good news for Apple, good news for Apple investors is that this should be fractionally accretive if that is the best selling of the new iPhones. Andrew and I are new into this adventure around the iPhone 12 mini. We will keep you up to date on whether we keep the phones or not. It looks like we're both leaning to this being our phone for at least the next year. And before then, we're going to have a lot more Loup TV episodes. So on behalf of Andrew and Gene and Loup TV, bye for now.